For reaction, our panelists return, Rich Zeoli, Rogan O'Hanley, and Dino Skaros. Interesting, we're talking about Missouri. I'm from the Show Me state, so I do have an interest in Missouri politics. Of course, I'm following all of the politics, but so what's interesting too is there had been a call for Claire McCaskill, former Democrat senator from Missouri, to run again. She has denied those rumors, saying she's not in the race. But Rich, what kind of candidate do you think Republicans are really looking for when it comes to filling Senator Roy Blunt's seat?
Well, Emma, I would say probably a pro-Trump candidate is what they're looking for. Let's face it. I mean, the Republican Party right now is still very much a pro-Trump party. It's going to be, and I think it's part of the reason why Roy Blunt is retiring, like my Senator Pat Toomey in Pennsylvania. So they're going to look for somebody who is definitely much more supportive of Trumpism. And I would imagine the former president's going to get very involved in the race. I imagine he's going to want to coronate somebody. And Josh Hawley, the other senator, since he wants to run for president, he wants to be the heir to Trumpism, really take the mantle of Trump supporters. I think he'll probably welcome the former president in to kind of help figure out who the next person is going to be, as much as they can have kind of a triumvirate there in some ways.
Dino Skaros, it seems a rebirth, if you will, of the Republican Party, specifically when you point to the Senate, when you think of Rob Portman of Ohio, Pat Toomey of PA, Richard Shelby of Alabama, Richard Burr of North Carolina. Again, these are all primarily red states, so even though if you're a conservative and if you are worried that they're leaving their seats, there wouldn't be a lot of competition for the Democrats there. It would just simply be a different Republican candidate that more or less would take that seat. Dino, your thoughts?
Well, the country club donor class establishmentarian wing of the Republican Party is happily done and over with. In its place is a Trumpian party that focuses on three main things: fighting against media malpractice, political overcorrectness, and illegal entry and stay. That said, there should be dignity, there should be statesmanship. It shouldn't be about wacky conspiracy theories being front and center. So what the new Trumpian Republican candidates ought to do is retain the establishmentarians' dignity and statesmanship, but focusing on those three things: media malpractice, political overcorrectness, and illegal entry and stay, and fighting hard against them.
So again, 5 Republican senators who are retiring. And again, as Sean insinuated here, these are predominantly red states. But, Rogan, when I think about a red state, Georgia, they lost both of their senators to Democrats this cycle. Is there something that these states with these retiring senators can do to ensure that a Republican candidate would win and the state would remain red as opposed to flipping blue?
Yeah, I think the number one solution to that is not have Governor Kemp as your governor and Brad Raffensperger as your Secretary of State. Those two might as well be Democrats. They are loathed amongst the base. But, Senator Blunt, thank you for your service, but, we probably won't be missing you very much. What we just went through in this past few months, the base got to see very clearly who is in favor of election integrity and who's in favor of protecting the D.C. establishment machine. And, there's a reason why Senator Hawley is one of the leading contenders for the presidency in 2024, given his strong stance. But I will say it's not just, Trumpism and Trump politics. Look at Governor Ron DeSantis in Florida. He is what we would consider, a Trumpian-style candidate. But he is one of the most popular governors in this country for a reason, because when you apply Trump's policies with, as Dino said, a lot of grace and dignity, which, President Trump also did, but, it's a recipe for success. Florida is the reddest it's ever been. So I'm very happy for Missourians. I'm proud that they're going to be able to get some leadership that represents what the people truly want. And I'm glad to see that this is a national trend in races across this country.
All right, we're out of time. That is Rich Zeoli, Rogan O'Hanley, and Dino Skaros. Thank you all for your time. We appreciate you being our panelists here for the 10 a.m. hour.